Welcome, family. So, if you're new here, my name is Tydeja, and this is D-Love Journey, where we travel through experiencing our higher selves by learning ourselves and loving ourselves more and more each day. We encourage each other through laughters, lessons, breakdowns, everything in between. And I am so excited to share with you guys a pick a card here on the channel. Those of you who have been a part of the family, you know that I have been doing seasonal card readings to celebrate the changes of the season. For example, the equinoxes or the solstice celebrations. So I wanted to do something very special today. I am going to do a pick a card for love, and my intention is to tap in with our guides and ancestors to hear the message that we need to know as far as not only Valentine's Day, right, but how we can grow and expand love in our lives right now in this moment. So thank you for joining. Gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Again, there are 3 piles to choose from. We have pile 1, which is the Luna Soul Tarot. We have this crystal here. This is an Angel Aura Quartz heart, and that is for pile 1. Pile 2, we are going to be working with the blue calcite crystal, and the tarot deck is the Super Lunaris Tarot. So if you choose pile 2, this would be your pile. And for pile 3, with our selenite palm stone, we are working with the Santa Muerte deck. We are using that for pile 3. So again, allow yourself to be called to which pile resonates. Maybe take a second, pause the video, and tune into your intuition to know where the message lies for you and how you can grow and expand the love in your life right now. I will see you in the pile you choose. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's get into it. Welcome, fam. So this is pile 1, pick a card reading. This is our love reading for this moment right now, whether it's Valentine's Day, before or after. We want to tune into how love can grow and expand in our life right now. So in what ways are our guides showing us how we can expand and how we can grow love in our lives in this moment? So let's see what messages are here. I'm going to go ahead and cut, break, and bless the deck, setting intention that we are divinely protected, calling in a white light around us in this moment, that we release our expectations, we release our need to control, and open ourselves up to hearing the divine guidance of the universe for our highest good. How can we grow love in this moment with ourselves and our special someones? What do we need to hear right now to grow love? Okay. Let's go ahead and get into it. What message do you have for us in regards to love? What is growing? What lessons are we experiencing right now? Matters of the heart. Any advice from our guides? Any support or any work that needs to be done to move this forward? So right here and right now, the first two things we have, I'm going to continue to shuffle, but messages are starting to come through. We have the King of Wands here and the Ten of Cups. So as I see this, I'm feeling a lot of passion brewing. So the message I'm feeling here is there is a yearning. There is like this deep yearning and openness and desire for love. I'm seeing a lot of passion in this energy. It almost feels like this is feeling like new love. This is feeling like fresh love, kind of like the honeymoon stage when everything's like hot and spicy. We got the King of Swords energy. Interesting. So we have two kings here. So this is telling me, and the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. So the first thing I just heard here in this moment is this is a unification of two uncommon people. Empress energy here. So I want to just pause and really take in this message. I'm sensing this partnership, or I'm sensing this connection between kind of like two people who you wouldn't expect to be together. This almost feels like someone who has been around for a while and you maybe just now experiencing working towards a relationship. Maybe this is someone that you saw as not necessarily someone you'd have a serious partnership with, or you wouldn't normally give the time of day. Or maybe you are just the kind of person who's really focused on your goals and they seem to be really focused on their life. And you both have this level of like success and kind of like this level of abundance of goals and direction. And it just feels like there's a lot moving, but it also feels like in the back of your head, there's always been this idea of like, like they also seem to be in alignment with me. It's like you see them from afar, you both see each other and you've been in each other's lives, but you haven't necessarily faced the idea of what a relationship would look like. And now I'm seeing this opening of an idea, or kind of being open to letting someone in. I also get this feeling of this pile, and obviously take what resonates with you. But in this pile, a lot of you have been really focused on yourself, getting a lot of individual energy here, even with the King of Wands. The King of Wands is someone who is charismatic, who is well liked and well known, right? And King of Swords, someone who you look to for guidance, someone who you know you can trust to make decisions and get the job done. We have Queen of Disc here. This is someone who is very practical. This is someone who is very nurturing and very grounded and level-headed, right? Who thinks ahead of time. I'm seeing a lot of very elevated energies here. So this is telling me this group has a lot of very focused and driven energies here. It almost feels like you've been doing the work not only to be well within your heart and well within your experience within your life, but also like very driven in a lot of goals and a lot of, whether it's career goals, I'm really feeling a lot of like financial and wellness goals, maybe even because I'm feeling like a lot of passion. I feel like there's been a lot of movement in your life. There have been a lot of things coming together, and you've really been spending your time with focusing on the growth of that. And so I feel like Spirit is acknowledging that you are in a well position at this time, and that you have really done the work to be someone who makes a divine counterpart. I also feel that Spirit is acknowledging this readiness within your life to start something new. But I also feel like this almost like a tension where it's like, you know your worth, you know what you bring to the table. And so with that, knowing how you show up and knowing what you're able to provide kind of sets the tone where you are very, very picky. And picky is not a bad thing. You're very, very particular, I guess would be a better word, particular about who you are looking at and who you're choosing. And I feel like when you get multiple particular people who are goal driven, who are focused on showing up as their best selves, sometimes there's this level of disconnect of being able to let your guard down, of being able to step away from the work and to allow yourself to start this new journey of dating, of opening yourself up to something new, to creating something new with someone else, because you have so much to lose and you've worked. I just keep hearing someone saying like, I've worked too hard. I could do bad all by myself. I'm doing great by myself. I don't need anyone coming into this trying to slow me down, stop me, or get in the way of what I'm building here. And so in this, I'm feeling like Spirit is guiding you and acknowledging you by saying, first and foremost, yes, you have done a great job. Yes, there have been many levels of achievement within your life, and you are reaching this level of mastery, right? Even here with the 3 of coins, you have reached this level of mastery, right, within this level in your life, and you are in the best position to now open yourself up to this new journey of love. But you can't expect to find a divine partner or, to find love if you don't open yourself and allow yourself the space within your life to create something new. Everything else has been very abundant. And so I feel like the divine is first starting this reading off by acknowledging you've done a good job. You're doing what you need to do, and you are capable of calling love into your life, but you have to be open and willing to create the space and to believe that there is someone who is out there working just as hard as you and willing and searching for their divine counterpart as well. I think this is really geared towards those in this pile that are single and those who are currently searching or working to find their partner. I really want to pull a card for guidance as far as advice and how to start this journey, how to open yourself up, and how to let your guard down. I feel like this is the best guidance we can ask for. How to let your guard down safely and find love. And then we'll transition into those who are within relationships already. How do we call in the full energy? What gifts and advice do you have to birthing and creating a love full of wellness in this pile's life? We have the Temperance card. Beautiful. I love also, and not even intentionally, how these two align with the rainbows. So I almost feel like the message here immediately that's coming through for me is just as you have been successful in so many ways of your life and how you've done the work, whether it's cleaning up your friendships, your relationships, your household, your body, the way that you treat yourself, your mental, your heart. you have allowed yourself this space and this pause from love, because you've been very mindful. You've been very crafted and meticulous in manifesting the love that you know you deserve. And I feel like this balance within self is going to allow you the opportunity to shift into being a divine counterpart. I also feel like this is something that will take time because, again, someone here in this pile, or maybe a few of you guys have standards, as you should, honey. As you should have standards. Three of Cups. I think that there are a lot of things that you feel like you have to offer, but also a lot of things you have to lose, and maybe even past experiences that have taught you not to go all hands on deck too soon, and being very mindful about who you choose to allow into your space. I feel like, and just as I say that, I'm seeing this person here. This is the Page of Cups. We have the Page of Cups here, and as you can see, she's holding this cup very close to her heart, right? We also have the moon here, so I'm seeing her looking at the moon, working with the moon, the waters. So maybe you have been setting intention to protect your heart. I'm also getting past heartbreaks, maybe past situations where you thought that everything was going well and you found out that the person who you were dealing with was not who they said they were. And this has been like a process of healing that you've been going through. Also feeling that the universe is reminding you that you are divinely protected and all the work that you have done to get through this. And I feel like the first step into you calling in this love into your life is really taking it slowly allowing yourself to be in the position to go places and to do things, to set intentions that you are cared for, that you are protected, and that the people that you come across are very intentional and using your discernment. I feel like there's a very slowness. I'm feeling the sweetness of honey here and like a lot of really water, feminine energy. So I feel like the approach to love in this pile is really guiding you to really slow down and just be present, to continue to pour into yourself and allow your heart to be open, allow your light to shine, and to allow the universe to move the people, the places into your life that are meant to lead you to that love that you desire, a love that is in an alignment with you, someone who has done the work and who is also in the process of coming out of this major healing, out of this major experience. I feel like there's one more card here. I'm also getting this feeling of like summertime. I don't know if that's significant to someone, if there's like a conference or some sort of event that you're planning to go to this summer. It feels almost like a concert or a conference, something with a C, like a k, or maybe it's a K, I don't know. A karaoke. There's an event coming sometime in, I'm feeling like summertime, that may be a time that you meet a very intentional partner, a karmic partner. I feel like you may have a few suitors or may have a few experience between now and then that will help you see some of the ways that you may still need to heal, actually, and some of the things that you still have yet to learn about what you want, so that when you do meet this person, you are in the position to be fully open again. It almost feels like when it comes in, it's going to come in like a gush of fresh air. But the process to getting there feels very slow and steady and stable, just like you and how you've been approaching life. It's the same way you should continue to approach love, but you got to start the journey. You got to open up. You got to take out the pots and pans, get the ingredients together, and get ready to bake that cake, honey. So what is the last word of advice for those singles in this journey towards love? The sweetness of the honey. Eight of Wands. Interesting. Fast. A gust of wind coming in quick. When it comes, it's going to come in hot. Okay, but look at everything that we're going through to get to this coming in hot moment. Almost feel like there will be an experience that will remind you and maybe even trigger you of why you've been closed off and why you've been... I don't want to focus on love. I'm not worried about love. The relationship is the last thing on my mind right now. Like, that's kind of the dialogue that I'm hearing internally. I feel like there's another thing to unlock, because when this comes in, it's going to be coming in hot, honey. When you open the door, you're a catch. You are a catch. And there are going to be a lot of people banging down your door. And you don't want to put yourself in a position of... Knight of Swords. You don't want to put yourself in a position of just getting discouraged by the first few people who come out. You know, I'm also getting like the wolves coming out. And it's funny because it's bringing me back to this Queen of Pentacles here. As you can see, she is petting a fox, right? A wounded fox. And that's just not necessarily a wolf, right? But just the idea of projects, people who see your light and see your wellness and see how stable you are, and they want to siphon off of that. They want to feed off of that, right? Knight of Swords, Three of Pentacles again is here. We have Seven of Swords. And we have High Priestess. So beautiful. In saying this, I feel like this is saying, like, when you do open yourself back up to love, and this also may be a part of the anxiety of why you haven't even focused on a relationship right now, is this whole idea that you know what you bring to the table and people can clearly see that. When they look at you, there's a reflection of all that they have, all that they want to have, all that they do not have, and almost looking to you to add to that. And you've probably done that many times before. And you know bullshit when you see it. Let's just be straight up. Knight of Swords. So this is telling me that your energy hasn't necessarily been open to love and relationships, although it's something that you want. You've been really focused on you, as you should, honey. Yes, okay? But for your love, the universe is guiding you to open yourself up, because something is coming in hot. And though you may have to sift through some of the not so great options at first, there is someone very like-minded and like you, someone who's also been very focused, as you see here, King of Swords, King of Wands energy, someone who is very charismatic, someone who is dependable, honest, someone who is elevated and has been doing the work as you have, that is going to be placed in your environment very soon. And so as you open yourself up and you put yourself out there and set the intention and start manifesting this new relationship, because I feel like you're the type of person that will have a very meticulous petition about what you want. Be very clear with the universe. Be very clear with yourself about the patterns that you have broken and what you're not trying to repeat. And also use your discernment as these people open up and come to you, so that you don't repeat the same patterns. You don't continue to find people who are trying to feed off of you, and just really using your High Priestess energy, right? it's not really a matter of right or wrong, who's good and who's bad for you, but you know what's right for you. You know what's in alignment with you. You've spent all this time figuring out who you are, what you desire. I really feel called to remind you of your power to manifest, to script out exactly what it is you desire, and that will be delivered right to your doorstep. And releasing this fear of like being hurt and being taken advantage of and the pain that may come with it, I feel like that is going to help you to navigate through all of your options a lot more quickly, to know how to just cut things back and know, nope, this ain't it, with grace, but not allow it to take you to a negative place, and to really trust in your ability to create and your ability to flow and your ability to manifest. This is a group to me of master manifestors, people who really create their experience and their environment around them. And you can create this happiness in your life and this love that you desire. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. This is turmeric ginger tea. It takes a long time to steep. I think it's like 8 to 10 minutes. So I'm hoping it's done, but I can't wait any longer. Okay, sidetracked. So that is the message I'm feeling for our pile number 1. I think this message is really geared towards singles. Also seeing this being geared towards people who have maybe even been courting or dating, or you could be, because dating is technically like you're still single, you're not married, you know, don't shoot the messenger. But it also has shown someone or partnerships that have been more focused on outside goals, more focused on work, more focused on your personal goals. And I think that even if your relationship hasn't been doing as well, it's kind of like a reminder, it's time to tune in to taking that same level of mastery and that same level of focus and applying it to your openness and your ability to be within a partnership, balanced partnership at that. So let's go ahead and reset these cards, see if there are any other messages here for pile 1. And then I will actually shuffle a few oracle cards here live. I was going to pull them out ahead of time, but I decided why not shuffle them live. And then that will end out our reading for pile number 1. So divine, are there any other messages here for pile number 1? Any unanswered questions? Any last words of guidance? I'm hearing I think a plane going by outside. It was a really weird sound too. I feel like there's been a lot of chaos in the air, just to be honest. I know this is the season of love and Valentine's Day and all that other stuff, but the collective energy is way more complex than that. So any last words of encouragement for this pile number 1? Anything that you can give us to help us on this new journey, this fresh start, this new love, refocusing. Most High Universe. Wow, very unexpected. Judgment card. I didn't even think to change the lighting. I hope you guys can see all right. I'm just over here vibing out by the candlelight and A little bit of light. So as I'm looking at the Judgment card, I'm really being called. I heard it's a three-part process. It's a three-part process, right? And I'm looking at how the first level, second level, and third level kind of seem to be divided to me. So I'm feeling there's a divide between, and again, we have a rainbow and the sun. Yes, like the sun is coming out. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. I think this is a reminder that the best is yet to come. Sometimes we have been kind of placed in these like pause periods, moments of reflection, because there are work and things that we need to do within ourselves. Four of Swords, exactly. This pause moment. Thank you, Spirit. Confirmation of this moment of rest and this pause where there's less action, but it's because like there are things that you've already been working through in terms of your everyday life, but also like I feel like there have been a lot of ways that you've been healing yourself from past hurt and past troubles. Four of Disc. So we have double four energy here. This is very still, almost like a stagnant energy, and this feeling of stagnation. Five of Disc here, where you haven't really been open or ready to experience new love yet. And that's why everything that you have experienced has brought you to this resting place. I think that's why Spirit was really acknowledging how far you've come in every other aspect of your life and the work that you've been doing, and maybe even seeing it manifest in the ways of career, also in the ways of like family or your wealth and wellness. But love, I feel like it hadn't been touched quite. It's kind of been on hold and on pause. That was very intentional, because there are things that you experienced that you needed to let go and lay to rest, and a lot of deep healing within your root and your level of security that you've been working through before walking through this new door. I almost feel like that has been intentional, that the divine has I don't want to say blocked, but really protected you from getting more hurt and like putting salt in wounds so that you would be able to experience a healing love and a love with ease, and really know what you deserve and feel worthy of that before you moved into a new relationship or a new experience. So there's a level of gratitude in that, humbly being told no, being placed on the sidelines. Queen of Swords and Eight of Disc here. I feel like you've been really working on yourself, working on this level of worthiness, and kind of knowing like what you're willing to take from others, how you show up and what you provide to others, and also not going for anybody's shenanigans, anybody's bullshit. Like, you've become this person that is very self-assured, and the universe has provided you so many confirmations within your life of your ability to create, and your ability to ground and be sustainable and fortunate. And so I feel like that was almost like an ego or a self-worth, self-value boost that you needed before you journeyed into this new experience in the love life. And so now we have Nine of Pentacles here at the bottom. I feel like now we are transitioning into the full journey, right? Starting fresh, just as you did in the other ways of your life, with a healed heart, and being open and willing to kind of reap the rewards of that self-work that you've done, and plant that seed into something new. but also now you know how to protect it. You know how to keep the pest away. You know how to take care of any wind damage, any sicknesses that may come into your crops. You know how to plant certain things together so that, you know, you have a symbiotic relationship, and you know what you want and how to take care of it and how to call it in. And so now that you've done that work, this is giving fresh start. This is giving new love. So let's go ahead and end it out by doing a couple of oracle cards. Obviously, very impromptu. I want to pull from my Unshakable Inner Peace oracle. I'm thinking I'll also pull from my Wild Offering oracle, one of my favorite oracle decks. And let's pull one more. We'll pull from the Southern Botanic oracle. I just have a few cards here, so I'm gonna work with what I got over here. So let's go ahead and pull some cards from here for final advice for pile 1, and then that will be the ending of your reading. So, final words of advice. What does the universe intend for these beautiful people in their new journey of love? Any final words of wisdom? Summary of the reading. Whoa, okay. We got a lot to say. We have this one card over here that flipped first. So I'm going to take that. Rabbit Tobacco. Optimism and Gladness. Beautiful. I'm hearing the Annie song again. The sun will come out tomorrow. Change. Okay. And last but not least, these are our last oracle messages for pile number 1. I keep blowing my feather away. I'm really connected to bird totems. One of my closest and most connected bird totem is turkey for me. I have a lot of love for the turkey. I find a lot of turkey feathers, different types of turkey feathers. They're so beautiful, and they always excite me when I see them. So I keep them all around my house. Random little side bit about me. All right. Final advice for pile number 1 in this new love journey, whether it's new love within their current relationships or new love in general. Okay, so we have the Rabbit Tobacco here, which represents optimism and gladness. We have the Change card here, which says, don't scare yourself with the next 40 steps. All you need is that one next action you can say to love. Just show me the first step and change me into one who can take it. This is beautiful. This is really bringing me back to the idea of this is a very slow and sweet process. This is something that's been in the making, something you have been co-creating, and that this next step for you, whether it's tomorrow, Valentine's Day, next week, next year, within your timing, is to really direct that same intentionality and focus that you placed on your healing and on your change and shifting within the other parts of your life into this love journey as well. And then we also have deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. How can you alchemize your fear? So this again is a nod back to the heartache, right? And here we go. The ways that the universe has been causing you to rest, to really work on some of the things that have triggered you and your kind of inability to maintain interest in a relationship currently, and how that work has brought you to this place of empowerment. So I feel like this is really calling you back to be positive, be open, and be aware that the universe has been working with you, and to set intention and to be very, very descriptive of what it is that you desire, and allow the universe to grow that up for you. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. You have a lot that you've built. You are worth so much. And I feel like this is really a node to the intentional creation of this love with your partner or your future partner as well. Continue to work on yourself, this deep inward journey. And as you do that, open yourself up to what is being open and provided for you. And you will be rewarded for that trust in the universe as well. So I really want to read the Southern Oracle to you guys, and that will be the end. We have Rabbit Tobacco number 30 here. Okay, Rabbit Tobacco, optimism and gladness. Of all the things to be optimistic about, everlasting life certainly would be one of them. This herb is one of many called everlastings that retain their color and live very long lives, seemingly forever. They're equipped with dense coats of tiny hairs on the stems and leaves, and after their flowers wilt, they still look pretty in the wild, or even in a vase as a dried arrangement. Native Americans believe that rabbit tobacco, so named probably because it was smoked, had spiritual powers. Various indigenous tribes of North Carolina burned the leaves in sweat baths, and others used it in poulticles or skin rubs for magical purposes. That's an interesting word. I'm gonna go look that up. Some reported that the smoke of rabbit tobacco had restorative powers or would prevent bad luck. A rabbit tobacco card is a positive sign that you have much to be glad about, that things may be turning in your favor, but even if they're not, you can choose optimism and positivity to ward off bad influences, even as a daily practice. So yes, again, continue to be intentional. I think it's important that you remember your power to co-create, and that even though it kind of has felt like a drought, and you've been focused on everything but love, now is a great time to actually open yourself up, be optimistic, and believe that you are worthy of having and holding that too, and that does deserve your time and your focus and energy as well. Allow the universe to co-create that change with you. So I hope this resonates with you guys. Again, pile one, thank you for joining for this reading, and that is your message. For those of you who are moving on to pile number 2, I will see you in a second. All right, welcome. Those of you who chose pile number 2, the Super Lunaris Tarot deck and the blue calcite crystal, this is your love message. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. We're going to start by cutting the deck with our intentions of love, asking the universe, our spirit guides, to step through and show us how we can grow and expand love in our lives right now for our highest and greatest good. Asking for protection for my guides, that your guides may protect you, that this message meets us with an open heart, that we release control, and we allow ourselves to be open to messages from the divine and the universe for our highest and greatest good. All right. So already, I know the energy of this message will be very different from pile number 1. I can feel that shift in energy here. So if you're here in pile number 2, then I highly doubt pile number 1 would resonate. Everybody's different though, you never know, but this is feeling very different. I want to give this a little extra cutting just so we're very clear on these messages, asking for divine support to help me read these messages with clarity. Okay, take a sip of my turmeric and ginger tea. It's so good. I didn't even put honey. It's delicious. Okay. Let's focus in. Please feel free to set your sights here on the candle. Connect with the cards. We pull for our love message. Valentine's Day. What do we need to hear? Temperance again. Temperance came up in pile 1 as well. So maybe there is a message there for you. Maybe it's where you should be focusing your energy. And not meaning that message is for you, but also like there are a lot of things in message number 1 that were guiding people who had already been focused on their wellness and focused on building within their lives. So I feel like this could be a nod to turning inward. Already I'm feeling like this feeling of disconnect. As I say that, we have the 9 of Cups reversed. Getting a lot more reversed cards in this message. This feels like someone trying to hold it all together. I feel like this experience, I'm being guided to pause for a second and read what's here. So with the Temperance card here, at first thought you would say, oh, peace and balance and this and that, right? But I'm looking at the cards that showed up with it. So we have the 9 of Swords here. We have the 9 of Cups here. These are both 9 cards. And then we also have the High Priestess, all 3 reversed. So me looking at this is telling me that there's something that is, I heard coming to completion, coming to end. It almost feels like grasping at straws is what I just heard. It feels like you're in a space, people within this pile, I'll say, within a space of sort of waiting for everything to all fall, waiting for the cards to fall. That which you can control, you're doing your best to continue to show up and show face, but it almost feels like this is very forced, and it's taking a lot more pressure and a lot more work to hold it together, when in actuality, holding it together and trying to continue to show up and provide balance to others and to the environment is actually a disservice to yourself. Seeing and hearing you're trying to shine a light in a dark place. Only you can see that light though. Interesting. Can we get some more clarification about those involved in this? Please clarify the High Priestess reversed. I just heard when you know better, you do better. I feel like that's being directed at not you, but someone maybe you're dealing with. Asking for clarification for the High Priestess. We have the Page of Swords here, and we have the 7 of Cups. So this is giving me this idea with the you know better, you do better. I'm feeling like there may have been moments within, this is giving energy of people who are currently in a relationship, a situationship even. This almost feels like a situationship where it's like you don't really know what you are anymore. I feel like the person that you've been dealing with has been a little on the harsh side, maybe not showing up in their best light or their best selves. I'm feeling a lot of kind of negative talk or wanting to explore their options, kind of feeling like maybe this isn't the right space or place. And I feel like a lot of truths are coming out that have been held on to and kind of like being mulled over for a long time, kind of things that were uncertain, that are about to start coming to light. I'm sorry, I know this is a Valentine's Day message, but I'm always going to be honest and read what's truthfully here. At the base, we have the Tower card and the Queen of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed. So I want to look at that as well. So with this energy, whenever I see the Tower, I think of something that is outside of our control. This is something that is going to naturally occur regardless of our choices. It could be a surprise or an event for the good or for the bad. Sometimes things that seem bad are often really good for us. That stroke of lightning creates change in our lives, change that sometimes we aren't necessarily moving to create ourselves. I just heard, if you don't do it, it will be done. That may sound like someone, I feel like that sounds like a threat. It's not a threat. It's a reminder from the divine that you are a child of the divine. You have an important role in this universe, and your guides cannot sit back and let you, will never sit back and let you move into a space where you actually cause harm and hurt to yourself, or your purpose or your journey. I kind of feel like this is a reminder that things have kind of gone too far, is what I'm feeling. And so there is this feeling of like the cards all falling, the House of Cards falling, and that is the biggest blessing to you right now. I feel like that is a huge protection from this uncertainty, this kind of rough and raw energy that you've been experiencing. And almost like if you see here, the first card that came out was Temperance, trying not to see, trying not to let it all fall, let it all break. I feel like the Temperance is a good attitude. However, some things just are what they are. And I'm sensing this energy of feminine energy, specifically not being in the position of showing up as your true self. This is someone who is normally very loving. This is someone who is normally very happy, very affectionate, maybe not even with your partner or how you show up, you know, in terms of relationships, but more so with people. I'm feeling like with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones, you are the person who provides balance in a lot of realms in your life. But I feel like in terms of relationships and home life, you've been really trying to put on a good face and hold things together. And I feel like maybe not even just within your relationship, but more so to those looking in, the outside looking in. And the universe is calling no more, no more. Put the mask down, put the guard down, let the truth ring out, let divine intervention step in, and it's okay not to be okay. It's okay to let the cards fall, to say that, you know what, where I'm at right now is not where I want to be, and to open up and allow yourself, instead of holding on too tight, letting it go and letting the universe move on your behalf. Is there any specific blockages? Okay. We have here the 5 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. Interesting that they came out together like that. I feel like there's a lot to walk away from. Okay, so the first thing I'm seeing here Five of Cups normally represents mourning, right? Some loss. Sometimes it's good to take a time and really mourn that loss. Sometimes it's good, you know, to kind of feel it and accept it, and to not be okay with it, right? The pain and hurt. But sometimes we keep coming back to this like monumental idea of loss instead of picking up and moving away with that which we still have, that which is good. If you spend more time tending to the sorrows, then who tends to the happiness is what I'm getting in this. It also is kind of like I'm getting this feeling of maybe all you've seen or all you've known is a broken home experience, or the experience of love that's not ever giving and ever pouring and ever abundant. And it almost feels like a blast to the past, and normally it's a blast from the past, right? But I feel like it's to the past. It's like returning back to that trauma or that pain point here. And I feel like this love, like, to me, this feels like someone who's already in a relationship. This feels like, whether it's a marriage, this almost feels like a marriage to me, only because of it feels very cemented, and it feels very like kind of forced and held together and very reoccurring, into where there's not a lot of space to move. But also this could be long-term relationships or relationships. I don't see this as single energy. Yeah, I'm feeling like I just heard like opening up the window. Like there has to be a little crack of space for divine intervention to flow through here for you. I feel like it's okay to acknowledge that things are not well, and that some things are beyond your power and out of your control. Again, guiding us back here to the Tower card, which I still want to pull clarification for as well. To me, this is kind of this cycle of what you are used to dealing with, and kind of like you've poured your all into this, and it just feels like it continues to return back to you void and an empty, and wanting to kind of like reap something from everything that you've given, and really being hurt by things not coming through to fruition for you. Any guidance into the Tower card? Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel though it should be upright. And the Six of Wands. You know, the first thing I just thought of is like, I saw this person being pushed out, and I'm feeling like a showdown or a battle or something is underway. It doesn't feel like an actual fight, like a war necessarily, but it almost feels like that had already happened, like something big and bad, like, you know, the big bad kind of thing that kind of has you feeling as though like you can barely hold it all together. That may look different for everyone. That could be anything, but I'm just saying like this really big event that kind of shook your whole foundation, right? And kind of threw you off of your stability, was meant to guide you away and out of this situation. I'm not the person who gives advice that tells you you leave or you stay. That's your choice and your journey to experience. But I will say the divine is definitely guiding you outward, and it may be necessary for you to remove your guard and allow the divine in to make the changes that are for your highest good for you, to move you forward so that you can become victorious in this past narrative where you've been taken advantage of, just to be honest, where you've been off your game is what I'm hearing. I feel like the divine is acknowledging that you have experienced a lot, and I'm also hearing that they want to help you. They want to remove this pain and suffering from you and to set you back right. But I just want to look at these upright so I can get a little idea of like the medicine. To hold your head back up high, to be confident in who you are, not just putting on a mask, but to show your true face, a face that may be tired or solemn, but still full of much beauty, with much to offer, with a strong and open heart, with charismatic, with protection, with purpose. You are so full and capable of healing yourself through this. This kind of feels like one of those things that it's like, how am I going to get through this? How, like if these cars fall, if this house falls down, like how I don't want to start again. I don't want to start over. Like, but honey, like the foundation though, anything built on a foundation that is not well, like even if you fix it, the foundation is still going to come back and create problems. The house can still fall down. And so I feel like divine intervention is necessary in this love and in this path, in this relationship, and in this new year, this new week, this whatever, this moment. The best thing you can do is to lay it down, lay it to rest, let it go. And I'm not saying let your relationship go, letting your house go, no, that's not even what we're talking about right now. We're talking about your internal wellness and how you're showing up within yourself and also how you're showing up within your home, to stop trying to hold things together and to just simply be in the feeling and the energy of what you're in. Open yourself up and allow yourself to be healed. Allow the divine to step in and make the changes within your life that will lead you into a change of events and into your own personal victory, into not repeating the patterns, into creating a stronger, removing you from this broken foundation of how you feel, who you are, and what has been happening, and into this space of personal wellness. I actually want to put all of this away. There's one more message here for you guys. I really want to ask the divine about calling in self-love. How can we nurture self-love within this experience? Just want to do a quick shuffle. How do we call in a nurturing self-love as the universe steps in to make the changes within their life for their highest and good? How can they focus on self-love? How can they focus on letting go? What is the medicine? Things are not black and white. Sometimes we have to embrace the gray. I just heard the song, "It's Black, It's White," Michael Jackson song. Don't matter about my baby, don't matter if you're black or white. Da-da-da, da-da. That might be something worth going back and listening to. We have Two of Wands here, and we have the Four of Swords. Okay, anything else? It's funny because I was saying black or white. Oh, again, we have the Six of Cups. Interesting. And I'm just looking like daytime, nighttime, black and white. The balance between... Just because things feel like they're going bad doesn't mean they will end up the same way they always have. Patterns do not have to be repeated. Sometimes we choose them because they're what's comfortable for us. We choose them because it's out of trauma. It's out of a response. Okay, one more card. Interesting. Five of Wands reversed. Okay. So, looking for advice for self-love, looking for advice for, you know, your wellness and kind of what you can do to center and anchor yourself as you allow the universe to create a space for you. We have the Two of Wands here. We have the Four of Swords and the Six of Cups. And then we also have the Ace of Cups and the Five of Wands reversed. So I want to start with the first two that came out, which was the Two of Wands and the Four of Swords. When I see these two together, this is a very still energy. This is really slowing down. I think a part of like letting go, and instead of trying to hold everything together, there's like this juggling act, right, that you've been doing. This is giving let the balls fall, let the cards fall, let it fall, let it go. And I feel like you've been through a lot, and I feel like the best way you can grow and expand love in your life right now is pausing, coming back within, and loving on yourself. It's remembering who you are, remembering what you stand for, remembering what you bring to the table, and how you have been the building block and everything that you've put into this love and relationship and into this life. And it also feels like this is something you've done in your family life as well. I feel like this goes beyond romantic love. This also feels to me like platonic love, familiar love. It feels like you've always been this person who's kind of like bared the weight, like the heavy weight. You always carry the bag, like, and this even goes beyond to me like masculine, feminine energy. To me, this is more giving like a subservient energy, which I don't love for you. Maybe it's kind of like a role that you've seen others play, or kind of like the expectation to give and how you're expected to show up. It's like the gift of childhood trauma and experience continuing to come back and like show itself in your life in other ways. You know, sometimes people look at this as like, oh, this is the gift of your childhood or something coming back to you. And like, it can be that also, right? But in this moment, how I'm seeing it, this is like a reoccurring event that happens in many different ways in your life. And so there's a healing that needs to be done for this. And I think it really starts with dropping everything and resting. You see this Four of Swords, the card of rest. This is the card of letting things go. This is the card of stillness. This is the card of not overextending, not overworking. This is acknowledging that you need a break, that you need the time to yourself to step away. You don't have to continue to show up in the fight all the time, every day, every night. To me, this is something that the divine is inviting you to do, that may even open up and allow them to come through and heal your body, heal your mind, heal your heart through your sleep and through your dreams. And that rest, that extra time that you're taking to yourself, may also feed back into really thinking about and figuring out how you're showing up, how it may be connected to past trauma, whether it's within past relationships, or maybe how your family, your parents, or other relationships around you that you've seen continue to play out. And this is really stillness. This is alignment. This is kind of doing the work to become more self-aware of where you're actually at and what you're experiencing. and allowing the divine to pour into your cup. You know, to really feel the truth instead of giving everyone else the benefit of the doubt, to really allow yourself to see your cup, whether it's empty, half full, or wherever it's at. You really have to open yourself up to see the truth of what's going on around you and allow the universe to move on your behalf. This to me is about praying for what's in your highest and best good. This is literally having a deep cry, letting it all out, going to your altar, going to your prayer closet, going to your cards, going to your journal, and just really taking the mask off and being completely honest with your experience. Sometimes the truth is the best place to start. What's really going on? You might not have anyone you can talk to about it. You might not want to, but you have to be honest with yourself and be honest with the divine of where you're at and how you feel and what you need. And stop fighting it. Stop fighting it. Stop acting as though it's not there. You know, with this this is actually 5 of Swords, not 5 of Wands. With this heartache, you know, with this, it feels like betrayal, this failure, right? You have to be truthful and honest about how you are really experiencing it, the damage that it's doing to you and in your environment, and kind of remove that poison from your heart and allow that honesty of the experience to really be the door that allows the divine to come in and move on your behalf. So that's how you can expand love. This is really getting back to yourself, giving back to yourself, and coming to that point where you say, you know what, like, I matter more than any of this matters, and I have to do what's best for me. Let's pull the oracle cards for this pile number 2. Again, this is very different from pile number 1's message, and that's just beautiful to go to show that even though it's Valentine's Day and everybody's all about love, like, we're not always experiencing the same things. So, advice for love. We have lemon balm, balance and stability. Lemon balm is a very, very beautiful card to pull here too. Maybe you can drink some lemon balm tea. That also makes me think of, like, kind of taking the time to, like, rub on yourself, to really oil yourself down, to be really kind and gentle to yourself. It's like soothing the wounds, soothing number 2 energy. Okay. We have number 10. This is beautiful. This is looking like shadow work to me. If you look at her here, I'm looking at her in her white dress and the shadow of her opening up her hands to the divine, to the skies, for blessing, for healing, for intervention, for divine intervention. That is beautiful. Last but not least, last words of encouragement for our pile number 2 as they go through this journey of love that is unique to them. What message do you have for them? I also love how the confirmation of these cards, the message that I've already given you guys, the oracle card kind of seals the deal of what, you know, this message is all about. So just taking a moment to show gratitude to my guides for guiding me to remove my own personal thoughts and to just be a circuit of messages from the divine. Okay, True love. Okay, I can't make this thing up. I can't make this thing up. Okay. So here we have out of the woods, you've made it through. And again, this to me is really removing yourself, making it through this, right? This is again something that feels like continues to keep coming back and back and back and back and back. That generational cycle, that cycle of trauma, that cycle of kind of like heartbreak and things just not working out, right? This is letting it go and allowing the divine to move you through this, to allow you to lay it all down and to stop trying to juggle it all and to move you on to the next chapter, regardless of what that looks like, okay? We also have true love here. It says, your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner. But this sovereignty actually leads to deep, sorry, y'all, let me start over. True love. Your wholeness and safety lie within, not from a partner. But this sovereignty actually leads to the deepest intimacy for you to stop using others. Let me stand on my own 2 feet, dear Lord, and know true love. True love, self-love, loving yourself, going back within, not being so concerned about your partner and showing up in this way of having to show up for people, to use and be used, to save face, right? But instead to stand on your own and to know that you are capable of the safety within yourself and that love being enough to help you stand on your true feet to move forward into the next direction. And we also have here lemon balm. This is balance and stability. I will read this message and that will be the end of this reading for number 2, pile 2, number 2. I'm loving that. So we have lemon balm. All right. Lemon balm is a calming and medicinal herb and a member of the mint family. Ooh, so mint tea as well, huh? It has been prized since medieval times as a reliever of nervous energy, a sleep aid, an appetite stimulant, and a topical skin ointment to calm rashes and irritation. Like many mints, it is a robust grower in the right conditions of soil, light, and water, and when happy, can take over a whole lawn. Ancient Greeks thought that bees had a special relationship with lemon balm and would plant it near hives to prevent the bees from straying. In fact, the genus name Melissa is derived from the Greek word for honeybee, Melita. The word balm comes from the Greek balsamon, meaning sweet-smelling essence. This card offers a calming and sweet nudge for you to seek balance, stability, and healing. Just as herbalists use lemon balm to calm an irritation or to settle nerves, you are called to find the thing in your life that can offer a parallel kind of healing and restore balance. It may simply be rest that you need. I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. That is exactly what I'm saying. This is an invitation from the divine to come rest and allow your cup to be filled. This is a reminder that your nervous system has been under a lot and you trying to juggle and hold things together and this heartbreak, like you don't have to do that. You are a child of the divine, the Most High, and in the decisions that you can't seem to find yourself to make or knowing the direction to go, they know what is needed for you. They're waiting to water you. They want to pour into you, and you need rest. You need that moment away to kind of reconnect to yourself. Remember who you are, how you're showing up, and how, a divine intervention can come through for you at this time. It's just waiting for you to drop your hands and open them up and to receive it. So receive this blessing of healing. Let the universe take some of that weight off of your shoulder. And the love that you're being guided to in this moment is self-love. Love on yourself. I hope that is helpful for you guys. Pile number 2 here with our blue calcite. May this message reach you with an open heart as always. And yeah, thank you for sharing this moment with me. So I'm going to go ahead and cleanse this energy up. We will meet back for pile number 3. Hello, pile number 3. Thank you for being here with us in this moment. I am so excited to pull cards for you. This bracelet has been acting up. This is my good old faithful, and she might be on her way out. I hope not, but anyways, let me focus. I'm gonna have a sip of my turmeric and ginger tea. Thank you for letting me take a tea break. So, thank you for joining us. We are here with pile 3, our selenite palm stone. And if you chose this stone in this deck, which is our Santa Muerte deck, this is your message for love, how to grow and expand love in your life right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck, set our intentions that we release our expectations of control, and that we listen for clarity for our highest and greatest good, calling in protection from my guides as your guides protect you. May this message reach us with an open heart, harming us none. May this bring us guidance on how to grow and expand love in our life, not just now, Valentine's Day, but all week, all month, all year. How can we grow and expand love in our lives right now? Showing a lot of gratitude for the messages that come through, for our highest and greatest good only. All right, let's go. So, for those of you who are here on pile 3, piles 1 and 2 had very different messages, like extremely different. So I'm very curious to see what message the guides have for us here in pile 3. Let's give it one more since we're in pile 3. Okay. Whoop. I have my candle here. Please feel free to look into the candle, connect to the cards for this message about love. What do we need to know about love? How is love expanding and growing for this pile right now? Oh, the Lover's card. Okay, coming in hot. Okay. We have some feelings going on here. Okay, 2 of Wands. So this is already very much giving me a lot of passionate energy. This almost feels like new relationships. This could be people who have been together for a few years, maybe someone who's just now dating, or you have set your eyes on the prize. You have a certain someone in mind. This is giving prospect, is what I just heard. Perspective. Not like perspective of like your view, but like a prospect, like something that could come, something that could be growing or could be received is what I'm feeling or hearing. Then we have the Strength card here. There are a lot of cards jumping out. Give me a second just to tune in with this energy. I'll take a second here. Okay, so we have the Strength card that came out. We also have the Knight of Pentacles reverse that came out, and the 8 of Cups. Again, I'm feeling this energy here. So first I want to start by looking at the Lover's card. Can I get clarification for the Lover's card here? Again, the prospective energy, this is what I'm saying feels like. This is a partnership, or this is the kind of like the cat and mouse, the chase, or the whole experience of like connecting that I have here right now with the Lover's card. So when I ask for clarification, I have the 8 of Wands and I have the Justice card reversed. This is really interesting energy. Let me start by saying that. So with the 8 of Wands and the Justice card reversed, clarifying the Lover's card, I feel like this is something that has been kind of like this has been moving fast. This is giving a lot of passion. This is giving like a lot of desire. I almost feel like this is someone, in just the cards that we have here now, who has not necessarily connected with their partner yet, but they are in the pursuit of it. And again, that's kind of where that prospect energy is coming from, like you're digging for gold, right? I almost feel like there's this like flip between things being really hot and like things are moving in the favor, and it's like kind of like they flirt, or maybe you guys are sending a picture back and forth, or you're liking each other's pictures on Instagram, but then like there's this like cold period where it's like you're not hearing from each other, or like not like being ghosted, but kind of like the passion dies down a little bit. It's like you find that little speck of gold, or maybe even a nugget, but like you don't find more for a while, and you're just kind of digging and digging and like taking a break and sifting through everything and kind of waiting for that spark to come back. With the Justice card here reversed, the Justice card, when I think of the Justice card, I'm thinking of this is kind of like balance. This is very like karmic in a sense. And this is, to me, this is when, you know, your karma, you reap what you sow, and what you're putting out comes back. With it being reversed here, I'm kind of feeling like you're not seeing the fruits of your efforts. It's like the hot times and the times when like things are working for you, it's really good. But then the times when things aren't in alignment or balanced, like it's not giving like stability and consistency here. And I think that could be why we're seeing the 4 of Cups. When the 4 of Cups first came out, the first thing I think y'all remember me literally saying was like, uh-oh. And I think that's the feeling, not my personal feeling, but the feeling that you have here in this experience. This is definitely someone who's searching for love. This is someone who is trying to connect and connecting with a prospective partner, someone who you're interested in. And it's like this hot and cold energy of like things not necessarily gelling together, but yet there is like hope in the air. But then sometimes it drops down into kind of this deep feeling of desperation is what I heard. And I don't know if that's, you know, like the feeling that you're feeling, or maybe even the feeling that the person who's trying to get into your life is feeling as well. This could also be, instead of you pursuing someone who's pursuing you, and you're not in the position of, maybe they don't seem like your type, or you're seeing some red flags come up from them that kind of make you question if it's worth your time, or if you should be putting your time into this. And this could be them kind of feeling that kind of cut. It's like where you take the step back. It's where maybe you get caught up in like the idea a little bit, or their passion and their drive towards you. They're really pursuing you, which is flattering, right? That's flattering, but is what I'm like hearing, like, you know, they're kind of hitting the wall. It's this feeling of like hitting the wall, like something is stopping this connection from really growing. So then moving into what we have here, the Two of Wands reversed, and the Strength card. There's a lot of red in here, a lot of red energy, fire energy. So when I look at these two cards, I'm feeling like there's, again, this feeling of misalignment almost. So it's almost like you guys, you find yourself like something's just not clicking. And I just got, and this could be someone else, this could be a message completely separate. I'm feeling it's almost like something is like not right in this situation. And I just got this feeling of, is there someone else? Is there someone else? Are they holding back because they already have a partner? This is kind of giving like dating energy, maybe dealing with someone who isn't giving their all, who isn't truly showing up. It almost feels like pulling teeth, right? Like I just heard a bout of will, a battle of will, maybe. It's kind of just like, show it, show me, prove it to me, like you're really serious about me, that like we're doing this. And it almost feels like this energy of like forcing, like you're trying to pull them out, you're trying to, you know, make them commit or make them show interest. And it's almost like the more that you try, or the more you pour in, the more you reach out and try to go out on a date or want to, you know, spend time together, wrangle them in, the more that they seize up, the more that the partnership or the alignment or like the spark passion of connection is kind of blocked. And I don't feel this is a block from the universe necessarily, but I feel like this could be a block within the other person's lifestyle, that maybe they're either not capable of pursuing a relationship with you right now because of other responsibilities, or even other relationships or other prospects that they have for love. So this is completely separate, I think, from the other situation, but yet something that's being acknowledged here. So there are a lot of different energies coming through for this right now, so please bear with me. I'm trying to like decipher everything as it comes through. So again, yeah, this is giving me the energy of the pursuant of relationships, fresh new relationships, kind of things that aren't fully cemented yet. This feels like very hot and sticky, which could be sexy in some ways, right? But like when you're ready for it to solidify, like, you know, it's hard to deal with a hot metal. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles here, and we have the Eight of Cups. So looking at the Knight of Pentacles, he's reversed. And the first thing that I'm thinking of when I see this is it doesn't have a lot of substance. And I feel like the relationship is kind of like, it feels as though it could be something, right? And obviously, why else would you be wasting your time? Like there's something there. And a lot of what I'm seeing here is a lot of like passion. Maybe there's a lot of attraction, a lot of like sexual chemistry. But when it comes to like matters of the heart, emotions, the cup cards that I'm seeing here aren't showing up as like stable and supportive energy. I'm seeing kind of this lack of like a firm foundation or substance within what's going on right now. And it feels very disappointing. I feel like someone here is like very disappointed because it seems like it could be something good. It seems like it could be fun. When it's fun, it's fun. And you just want the fun to last. You want it to turn into something more serious. But right now it's giving very much like sneaky link. Like it's giving very much like, you know, friends with benefits, or like dating, but not like moving on to that next level of seriousness. So this is like giving me the energy of people who kind of want to graduate, like you're ready to take the next step and you're kind of tired of being in this position of waiting. Seven of Swords here with the Nine of Cups. Hope. Reflection, I think, is what's in the back of this casket. Yeah, it's like laying to rest your hope. You're starting to realize, like, okay, where's the substance? Things aren't going how I'd like them to, whether you're forcing it, whether you step back. It's giving kind of, like I said, this disappointment, Queen of Cups. And so I really want to pull some cards for encouragement as far as this experience, because this almost feels like you're reaching the point where it's like, okay, it's time to walk away. It's feeling like, where are we going? Like, where are we going? Wanting to move forward, wanting to get serious. You're ready to settle down, but I feel like the situation that you're in is not indicative of long-term commitment on the other person's behalf. And that's kind of leading you to this place of like, okay, I'm ready to move on. The Death card. Doesn't get more moving on than that. Laying something to rest. And I almost feel like in order for you to find the love that you want and that you deserve, someone who's actually going to pour back into you and provide emotional balance. Thank you. Exactly. Two of Cups. Emotional balance and reciprocity. You kind of need to lay this to rest. It's kind of like in the beginning, like I said, the Justice card reversed. There's like an imbalance with the way that this person is showing up. And not to say that it's their fault or there's anything wrong with them or they have bad intentions, because obviously they do show up passionately, right? They do show up and wanting to have fun, but anytime you pressure them to like getting serious, or anytime you try to go deeper with your emotions, it's like they're unavailable. It's like they're either unwilling, or maybe something else is going on in their life where they're unable to take things there. And that triggers you to sometimes try even harder than you should, but also it triggers you to kind of want to walk away and to lay things to rest. And it's like this kind of flip between both things, like the scales moving, you know, moving back and forth. And I feel like you are being called to kind of let this go. And I feel like in order for you to find the reciprocated love, we have Ace of Pentacles here as well. I was looking at that. In order for you to find this reciprocated love, I feel like it's taking it back to basics. It's starting fresh. Maybe the symbolism of this grasshopper here, I would look that up. If anyone wants to put the symbolism in the comments, I would appreciate that as well. But yeah, there's this energy of reciprocation. It feels like knowing better. And it also feels like there is a blessing in like starting fresh here. And like you letting go of this part-time lover. I've been there, boo. Don't worry. You letting go of this part-time lover will kind of open you up to find something and engage in something more reciprocal. And until you get this and you stop playing games with this, like the prospect, you have to prospect elsewhere, like find a new location to dig for gold. It's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. That will lead you into more fertile grounds, into more nurturing grounds, into more prosperous grounds in terms of love. Yeah, that's a message. I feel called to kind of start fresh again, so I'm going to do that. I don't know if there's something fresh that's wanting to be said. Let's see. What else is there here for this group? I feel like this group is full of like a lot of people who are experiencing different feelings. Pile 1 was more about starting fresh, new love. And pile 2 was more about, you know, people who are currently going through a specific situation. So I'm interested to see with pile 3, honey. We got a lot moving. These are the movers and shakers. Uh-oh, that was an accident, but that was not. Temperance card showed up in all 3 readings. I kid you not. Temperance card has been here all day. So maybe that's the main theme of our actual Valentine's Day message is temperance. Slow and steady, it's balance. It's not rushing things, not forcing things, kind of allowing things to move on their own time and own terms in the way that's for our best. This to me, for this specific pile 3, is giving going back to the drawing board. It's like when you mess up on a recipe and you start completely fresh. It's like dumping everything out and kind of like starting over. We have 9 of Swords here. When you put too much salt in a bowl, you can't fix that, honey. You know, and it's like, you may know all the different secrets and tricks of balancing out acid and sugar and salt, but sometimes it's best just to start fresh. Again, here we are, Ace of Pentacles, starting new. Then we have the 9 of Wands. Interesting. So if you have to work super hard, if you have to try really hard, if it's causing you like suffering, even with the 9s here, it's time to let it go. And again, the 9 and this 9 of Wands, 6, I believe this is actually the 6 of Swords, not the 9 of Swords, but the 6 of Swords. But in what I'm saying is it's time to kind of move forward. It's time to move on into a new experience. Kind of cut your losses, you know. It's not like there has to be any beef or problems between you. But I feel like whatever prospect you've been looking for, if you've been getting signs that things are not coming together for you, if you've been getting the signs that, you know, maybe they're not as serious as you are, or like there's always something that kind of creates friction with your relationship, I think it's time that you start pouring your energy elsewhere and to kind of go back to the drawing board and maybe accept that the relationship is meant to be what it is, what it was, and kind of like spreading your seeds out, giving yourself more options. In what ways can this pile expect new love to enter their life? What is the key? What is the medicine for this new experience? Can we get clarification for the Ace of Pentacles? What is this new experience? What is this new love? What is this fresh start? Oh, wow. We have 10 of Wands. Oh, wow. Okay, we have the Hermit card, and I also see King of Cups peeking out here. I think that was it. Okay. All right. So looking here, we have the Hermit card reversed. We have the 10 of Wands and the King of Cups. So when I see the 10 of Wands, this to me is someone who's been holding things together. This is the energy of like, I don't want to say struggle, because struggle is not the word I mean, but this is a lot of effort, and this is a lot of work and energy being exerted, right? And so this is kind of like coming to the end of a project, in my opinion. It's coming to like the end of the ropes, and pursuing something that like you've kind of put everything into it that you possibly can. You've kind of pulled together everything that you could in this moment. And I think that with the Hermit card here, Hermit card reversed, I'm just putting them in the order that they came out. So this one came out first, then we had the Hermit card reversed, and then last we had the King of Cups. So the Hermit card, to me, this is normally the card of self-reflection. This is the card of kind of going inward, taking more time to yourself, and, you know, just kind of coming back to the divine. And with it being reversed, I feel like sometimes we get too caught up in the project or process of like working on things. I know personally, like self-improvement can be something you get kind of caught in. And I think this is representing the improvement that you've been trying to work on within this relationship or this prospect, or like finding this person for yourself. And like, it just seems like nothing fully solidifies or comes together with them, or with finding that one person for you that's willing to reciprocate and really like pull their own weight, is what I'm hearing. And I think this is saying like kind of like stepping out of this need to continue to self-improve, to work and to try to reflect and find ways to improve this situation. This is almost calling you to kind of come out of that closet, to come out of that chokehold, and to allow yourself to experience other people, socializing, and other experiences than just what you've been in right now. I feel like outside of that, transitioning here to the King of Cups, there are people who are capable of reciprocating, whose hearts and cups are open, who have been doing this work, and who would show up and really commit and be willing to, you know, share and getting to know each other and love and being open. And I think that's what this Ace of Pentacles is here offering you, is the fresh opportunity to find someone new, someone who brings more to the table. I have this here, Two of Wands, again, exactly the passion, someone who is in alignment and they can show up. Instead of as reversed, they can show up and actually maintain the spark, you know, and keep the spark flowing, and truly has the same goals and is willing to put in the same work into this with you. Interesting here. Is there anything else you guys want to give to this pile? It seems like offering, starting fresh, not like a new love, but kind of removing yourself from a dead end relationship, or a dead end crush, or a dead end idea, into opening up something new. Knight of Wands, interesting. Yeah, this is a message of kind of putting yourself back out there. I was reading this because this can read as many different things, right? But in this reading, I'm seeing this as like getting back on the horse, getting back out there. Again, kind of exiting out of this Hermit card, reverse energy of kind of being locked into trying to figure out, well, how do I move forward, and like what's missing, and holding everything together and hoping that things work out in this unbalanced, kind of like unreciprocated relationship or prospect or partnership. Luckily, this doesn't feel cemented. This doesn't feel locked down. I'm not seeing a lot of like, you know, family or multiple cards with multiple people in these. Outside of the Lovers card that we got at the beginning, a lot of these cards have been very single energies. And I think that that speaks to your ability to move, your freedom to move. You know, nothing's locked in. And I think that's a part of the frustration here, is the fact that you're not locked in. But why continue to pour and be open to something that's not showing any progression, when there are plenty of opportunities out here that are more within alignment with what you want and desire, and capable of sustaining that, right? Because the King of Cups is someone who is supportive, someone who is emotionally mature, someone who is able to communicate what they want. Even if it's not a serious relationship, you'll know where they stand, not being left in limbo, not having someone play with your feelings, you know, actually knowing where someone stands and if you are in alignment and moving towards the same goal. that's what this Ace of Pentacles offers you. Again, I really want to look up the symbolism of the grasshopper. I'm recording on my phone, so I can't do it immediately, but I will try to post that in the comments or in the description for those of you in Pile 3. And yeah, this is calling you to really get back on your horse and to invite the idea of new love into your life, to put yourself out there. You are a catch, honey. And if someone's not rushing to lock you down to show you that they're serious or whatever the case may be, then that person is just not the one for you. And that's okay. It was fun while it was fun. We had a good time while we had a good time. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. Thank you, next. That Ariana Grande song is the song that I'm hearing now. So maybe listen to that. See if there's a message there for you. It's funny, every pile has had a song. And I was just thinking, like, as I sang that song, like, I think this is the first song I sang for this pile. So yeah, Ariana Grande. That's not how I feel. No, no, no. But he wasn't a match. No, 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 but Ricky. I'm so done with that. This is giving hot girl dating vibes. This is giving like, okay, like who's actually gonna be worth my time? Like you thought you found the one, but he's playing games, or things aren't solidifying as you thought they would be. And it's like, maybe this person isn't the one for me. You know, it's kind of like that idea. And it's like the idea of starting fresh is a little bit disappointing. But at this point, like, you got to put yourself back out there, because what you want, what you desire is still something that you deserve and is out there and is capable. You're not asking for too much. So get on your horse, honey, be yourself, and get back out there. Oh, that's funny. We got this in pile 1 too. Deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. Interesting. So maybe this is a note for those of you to go listen to pile number 1. Pile number 1 was about a fresh new love. And again, it could just be a nod for like what you need to do to get yourself into position to find this fresh start. I think with them, they had been doing a lot of self-work, getting their life and their, things together. And now they're being guided to open themselves up and look for new love. So maybe this is a nod back to going back into working on yourself and maybe refocusing away from this whole relationship idea. And that will probably guide you. Again, I'm being called back to the grasshopper, guide you to a new love. Let's see what we have here. Uh-oh, that was a dud. Okay. Deep inward journey. How can you alchemize your fear? Interesting. Yeah, it's like you kind of know this is a dead-end thing, but it's like you don't really like, you're hoping for the best. You're hoping that like maybe they'll step forward, things will change, or something will come through. But it's kind of like also in the back of your head, there's something off here, that it's not in alignment with you. Aging. No shade with it. It's age. It's over. It's reaching its limit. Like, to age is a beautiful thing too, and like sometimes things get better as they age, like cheese and wine, right? And it's just like, I feel like you have to know when it's time to set something aside, basically, to put it away. Not everything is meant to be consumed or enjoyed right now. Maybe this is someone you may come back to later and they've done the work, or they've ended their relationship, or whatever it is that they've been experiencing. And by then you may, be on to the next, or you could be in a position where you're willing to try again. But I think this is definitely saying, it's time for you to kind of move beyond where you're at now. Final messages of encouragement for pile 3. Oh, wow. Okay. Ghost pipe. Ooh, y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. Okay. Rose. What a beautiful way to end. All right. So, first card we have here again is the deep inward journey. You'll be rewarded for the work. So it almost feels like you put a lot into this, right? Like you wish and you want things to work out. It's also this feeling of like disappointment. I think I had said desperation before, but to me, this isn't desperation. This is more so disappointment and desire, right? Because it's like there's so much it could be and there's so much potential here, but sometimes we fall in love with the potential and not what's right in front of us, you know? And I don't remember the proverb quote or whatever it was, but it said something like, when you fall in love with the potential, you're not fully appreciating or seeing what's in front of you as worthy enough because you're more romanticized by the idea of how it could be better, right? And that is a message in and of itself. Instead of being so concerned with how it could be better, open your eyes and see how it actually is now, right? Aging. I am one with unlimited love. I am one with unlimited love. Beyond all seeming restrictions of age, I am filled with joy, energy, and beauty, a vessel for the divine Sakiti. That's something else to look up. You guys have a lot of like deep encrypted messages. A lot of your ancestors and guides have been like fighting to come in and like get their messages across, like look at this, look at that. So again, I would say thank you next. Look that up. The symbolism of a grasshopper is definitely something I would look up. I'd also look up divine Sakiti as well. That's calling out to me. And again, this is a nod back to kind of like the time that you've put in with this already and like the energy that you've put into it already. You know, it's not about letting go and kind of giving up in this reading. To me, this is more about understanding that you are an unlimited vessel of love. You deserve to be filled fully, not just in one way, full or filled, but filled completely, and that everything that you desire can be fulfilled. You're not asking for too much. It does exist. Just get out there and be your wonderful self and you will find that. But almost I feel like placing your focus in what your connection relationship that you're in now. This is just for people who are not and obviously if this doesn't resonate, this isn't your power, your message, right? But this is for the people who are kind of like hitting that dead end within their relationship or trying to court this person and it's just not coming together or clicking, right? So then we have ghost pipe here. It says reliance and friendship. So I'm gonna go ahead and read that to close this out. Number 15, ghost pipe. I honestly don't think I've ever seen this card and I've used this deck many times. That's interesting. So let's see the message. Ghost pipe, reliance and friendship. Although many people mistake the ghost pipe or Indian pipe or corpse plant for a fungus, it's actually a flowering plant. But it does consider fungus a dear friend, as this parasitic plant utterly relies on mycorrhizal fungi in the soil. Mycorrhizal fungi? Probably saying that wrong, okay. This is why it's usually found where one might find a mushroom, in temperate climates, in dark, damp, cool soil, and often near rotting stumps. Scientists say that fungi have a symbiotic relationship with trees, and the ghost pipe is part of that ecosystem. The tree and fungi and the flower exchange these resources in a process of cooperation and mutual benefit. After months of gathering nutrients from the fungi, the plant shoots up fiercely into the shape of little white pipes on the forest floor, full of life, burrowed full of life borrowed from a friend. Most people say their friends would be the first source of help in times of distress. Are you able to recognize a friend in the dark and direct them towards the sun? Are you able to ask for help when you need it? So this is really deep. The first thing when reading that message that really hit me was the parasitic, what did they say? Parasitic plant, because it relies on the other plants and things within the soil to support its life. So again, this is kind of like this idea of you scratch my back, I scratch your back. It's kind of like things haven't been bad. There's been glimmers of hope, and there's this, honestly, if I can be really honest, like this sexual satisfaction within this. It's very much rooted in like the root chakra energy, the fire, the passion, the sexual energy, sacral, right? But also, it really hit me, this idea of the plant shooting up after it's gathered the nutrients from months and months of sharing, that like now it fully blooms up. And so to me, this is telling me like, it kind of feels like there's a lot being poured in order to maintain this. And it's like, who's growing in this situation? Do you feel as though there's growth? Is it something that is reciprocal, like I said? Or do you feel as though you're giving more nutrients than you're getting back? Again, I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't realize my camera had just died out towards the end of that. But to wrap this up, the message for pile 3, it's just a reminder that even though this may seem like mutually beneficial and that it has the ability to be something you both enjoy, there's something that's fully holding back the balance of reciprocity in this. Sometimes it's good to know and recognize, using our discernment, when friends with benefits or something that is mutually beneficial is fun for the short term, but eventually things grow. They grow at different rates. And even though they can assist each other in providing nutrients and help each other in growth, sometimes things just grow apart and they don't, they don't sustain over time. So really using your discernment to realize when something is out of reach or not within the same animal kingdom, right, of what you desire. You aren't asking for too much. And even though sometimes the wham bam thank you ma'am, the old reliable, the mutually beneficial friendships are good in the moment, that may not be what you're actually looking for. And instead of continuing to be disappointed, to accept that, acknowledge it for what it is, and to leave it in the position that it deserves to be, and to set your heights and your sights higher, get back on the horse and pursue prospects that are more in alignment with you. So I hope that's helpful for you and this message reaches you with an open heart. Please go back and listen to any other messages you feel called to. And thank you again for picking this pile and receiving this message.